Reverend Troy Perry with the prophetic announcement that God loves all people and that queer people are God's people. On the evening of June 27th and the morning of June 28th, 1969, people like our own Sylvia Rivera and Christina Hayworth and Marsha Pay No Mind Johnson and Hormona and Sasha and Orphan Annie and Portuguese fisherwoman. On that evening, people like John DeVenti, a dyke without the requisite 3 pieces of female clothing, and people like Tammy Novak, mourning the death of Judy Garland, according to Martin Doberman, only as much as makeup will allow. On that night, numerous drag queens and flame queens and bull dykes and sex workers and drug users and street people whose names are forever lost to us. On the night of June 27th and the morning of June 28th, 1969, a crowd of God's people, a crowd of God's people were at the Stonewall, a sleazy bar, when it was raided by the police. Usually our people went quietly to the paddy wagons with a little more than a hint of a fashion show on the way, but never resisting or questioning the labeling of our very beings as somehow illegal or illicit. But for some reason, something was different on that night. Maybe it was the spirit of the insurrected Christ stirring up some trouble, like in our lesson this morning.
Hello.
For whatever reason, the dyke refused that night to be treated as illicit and refused to stay in the patrol car. And someone in a 13DD spike heels did plant those heels firmly in the chest of her jailer, freeing many a sister from the paddy wagon that night. Parking meters were uprooted, garbage cans were flying. A riot, historians say, was in the making as transgender warriors gave their people the courage and conviction necessary to claim the promise of God's will for justice and right relationships. The lesbians and gays and bisexual and transgender people and all manner of the poor and outcast, the splendid array representing all God's created genders. Our people, face to face with the city's tactical patrol force, marching down Christopher Street in Roman Legion-like formation with shields and weapons in hand. Our people, sending them packing with a tactical formation of our own, a chorus line. Like the people of Israel, crossing beyond the Red Sea, our spiritual foreparents sang and danced for their lives.